In simple terms, heavy work is when someone is pushing, pulling, climbing, hanging in ways that really engage their muscles and their joints. It merits its own term because heavy work is very good at helping young children develop a sense called proprioception, which is the sense of where our bodies are in space. Proprioception is one of the three hidden senses. It's the sense of where our bodies are in space, and that's something that for an adult you would just take for granted. But the truth is that has to develop and fine-tune over time. And when you use your muscles and your joints, there's special nerves in your muscles and your joints that just kind of register what's happening in your body, next to your body, etc. I know if I want to give Jenna a nice little pat, I don't smack my hand down. I have enough proprioception to know how to move my arm. It's very simple stuff, but it's stuff that young children need to learn. If you're alive, you're getting sensory input all day long. You're hearing things, smelling things, tasting things. Adults, this may be a weird metaphor, we have a good post room, like at the post room of a company. All the stuff comes in every day and then it sorts it and sends it back out. The post rooms in children's brains are understaffed and overwhelmed by all the stuff coming in. It's a lot to take in. But the way children's post rooms get better, get more staff, get more organized, is simply by getting into stuff.
If we need to interact physically with the world as a way of developing our senses and integrating our senses so that we can make sense of all of the input we're getting, then why heavy work specifically? Why is that different from just touching something with your fingers, for example?
Because maybe if we're talking about young children, it might be they might not have as many opportunities to really physically challenge themselves in everyday life. But our early childhood or early years setting, that's on us to provide those sort of opportunities. And it's not the best activity to get children engaged in, but it's a very important one.
So heavy work is sort of one component that's important for child development, and it's one that they're less likely to get in their everyday life, and so it's particularly beneficial for early childhood settings to provide that.
Yeah. Families can provide it too. It's really nothing complicated. Your child can help carry some groceries into the house, or help give you a tin of food and put it on the counter. Just really small things, just finding small ways to get your kid pushing, pulling, hanging, just engaging their muscles in ways that challenge them. All of that counts. Children will seek this stuff out on their own, and I just see it as our job to provide good opportunities for it. So we have a ladder inside put on the wall for kids to climb. A lot of children have enjoyed that. We have heavy blocks, we have tires, we have things to climb, we have resistance bands for exercise to pull.
Are there other benefits to heavy work besides sensory integration?
It can help with children's emotional regulation or just mental health also, and especially for kids who have different sensory profiles or sensory needs. Getting some heavy work in can be very grounding and calming, and I've seen it a number of times with many kids throughout the years. We all benefit for some good vigorous exercise mentally as well, and the same is true for children. But specifically for maybe young children with different sensory profiles, they getting that direct input into those nerves in our joints and our muscles, it's like a sense of oh, I'm in my body, I'm here. Another thing is so many adults are focused on let's get children ready for school, ready to write, ready to sit at a table. I share those goals too, but something I was happy to learn many years ago was that we develop from the neck down and our core out. So if you want children who can manipulate a pencil, who can sit in a chair, the strong foundation for being able to do that later in life is having a strong core. So when children are climbing up a ladder or climbing up the slide or engaging themselves physically, you could argue that's pre-literacy skills. That's getting them ready for things many adults have more of a primary focus on. You could skip that stuff, but children I promise you, will have more of a challenge with using their hands, holding a pencil if you don't have that strong foundation. It has everything to do with your emotional regulation, paying attention, focusing, delayed gratification, all these traits that like adults really want to see in children. They develop it through play. Hi, I'm David Cahn. I'm a childminder. I've worked in early childhood and early years education since 2007. But as of this past year, we've gotten into childminding together. After working in other settings and in schools for so long, it's been so nice to be able to do our own thing. And I don't think my way is the only way, but I have over the years developed some real confidence and clarity about what we do and why, and hope we can share that through videos like this. On the surface, what we might provide might seem very simple and bare bones to people. Knowing the science behind early childhood development has really given me some confidence and clarity about the way I do things and why. So we're doing early years stuff the way we would like to, and it's been really exciting.
I'm Jennifer Fletcher, and like David said, we run a very small child minding setting here in Leeds. Yeah, we run this setting out of our home, but David has quite a lot of knowledge and experience about child development and the importance of self-directed play for children in all kinds of ways. So we want to make some videos explaining the ways that a really free and open kind of childcare setting can actually be really beneficial to child development.